watching Morning at NTV.
Morning at NTV, out of the ordinary setup. We're usually in the studios when we're having this Friday chat. Not today. Good morning if you've just joined us. I promise that we'll be talking or having that debate or chat about Ugandan movies. It's been the talk for the past 2 weeks. First was that movie, the one of Mr. And then there's been that Hollywood advert that came out, and everyone has been making noise about it. And Veronica's Wish is also debuting at the movies this weekend. And with me, of course, the usual suspects. I'm here with the beautiful Rita. Mama, you look too good when you're outside.
Okay. Inside is totally different from what they see on the outside.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Kale, this face is a common face. We all know this face. Matthew, good morning.
Good morning.
You're growing old, my friend. I see grey hair.
Yeah, I've been around.
Yeah, you've been around. You've been around. We're here with Matthew. He's one of the actors, the Ugandan actors. He's been almost everywhere, man. We are going to have more of that discussion. And of course, we have Akram from Century Cinemax. I'm still trying to get a grip of Century Cinemax. It sounds like from Avatar or something like that. Good morning, Akram.
Good morning, Uncle.
We're going to be talking Ugandan movies today. And the discussion, I'd love to start with Akram, I think, first. And Akram, I want to know, we have very many Ugandan movies. But when we come to the movies at Century Cinemax, we see all these Indian movies, Bollywood. We see, I think you show Nigerian movies, do you? No, not yet. No, only one. Why are you not showing enough Ugandan movies?
Okay, the keyword is enough. We're actually showing Ugandan movies, maybe not enough. And the problem there, literally, we are not to blame for that. As a cinema, we are exhibitors. We only show what is given to us. So normally, the hierarchy of movies coming to the cinema starts from the producer. Like, I'll give you an example of Black Panther. Black Panther is produced by Marvel. So it starts from Marvel, then the distribution company, which is Walt Disney. So now Walt Disney has distributors, agents, distribution agents. And in Africa, we have only 2. Actually 3 with South Africa. The one in Kenya, South Africa, and Nigeria. So now when the distribution agencies in Kenya get Black Panther, we have a memorandum of understanding with them to show them movies that they line up. So now we have a few distribution companies that we work with. One of them is Crimson, we have Warner Bros. And all. So they give us a list of all the movies in a year, so we choose from that. Unfortunately, we don't have any Ugandan movie lined up with them, because apparently none of our movie producers in Uganda has contacts with them. But however, we have tried to show Ugandan movies, but we are getting there. Maybe with time we shall have Ugandan movies lined up for distributions.
So the problem here is Ugandan producers not having a connection with the service guys, the guys that bring the movies or distribute the movies to Century Cinemax. So, Matthew,
I have something to say about that. I think we had this discussion with the cinemas earlier. And we've come up with something that we're working together between the Ugandan filmmakers, Uganda Media Council, and the cinemas to be able to take Ugandan films to the cinema. So this year, actually, Uganda Media Council is going to put up a call to all filmmakers to submit films as long as they have the right quality in terms of picture, sound, and story. And we want to have Ugandan films in the cinema this year. If people do respond to the call to submission early enough, even by March, we can start having Ugandan films in the cinema every weekend.
Wow, that's very, very interesting. We're going to get to you, Rita, but first, the quality of the movies is what we've been talking about, yes? Let's have a quick look at Veronica's Wish that is debuting this weekend at Century Cinemax, and let's have a look at this trailer first, and then when we get back, we'll get into the details of the movie and the quality of the movie, and then we'll expand this discussion a little bit further. Let's first have a look at the trailer.
I'm just waiting for the results. When you find the love of your life, with dreams and a future laid out. I'm pregnant. But that's not the reality. much. Wait, oh my God, Vero, what's going on? Vero, talk to me. Nature has its own plans.
Miss Veronica, you're not pregnant. You tested negative for pregnancy.
No signs of cancer, no diabetes. It's just a fever that found your body weak.
It's getting worse every day.
Kampala is loaded with beauties. You should take advantage of that. I do much if I don't know what to treat.
And whose job is that?
I just need something. I just need information. Just something.
You're too handsome for me not to matter.
Morning at NTV, we just had a look at Veronica's Wish. That's the trailer. That's the movie that's going to be showing this weekend at Century Cinemax. And we've just been talking to Akram, who happens to work with Century Cinemax, telling us about the selection of movies and why some movies are not picked to show, and especially Ugandan movies, to show at the cinemas here in Uganda. And Matthew gave us an insight as well on their progress on making sure that the distributors of these movies get the movies in time and get them to be delivered to the cinemas in Uganda so that they can be shown. And we're still expounding on this Ugandan movie talk, where our movie is not showing enough in the cinemas. Every time you go to the cinemas, you're seeing all those Chinese, Japanese, all those movies get airplay somehow, but our Ugandan movies don't get enough. And I have another crew on the other side I'm going to join. I'm going to get back to these guys a little bit later on. I have ladies here. Unfortunately, none of these people can join the Miss Curvy contest, but we're either way going to talk to them. I have Mala here. You can help me.
Right. So I'm joined by the beautiful ladies, guys. Yes, beautiful, but not as curvy. So I think we're in the same team, guys. The slim win. So of course, I'm joined by VC Namuyomba and also Kathy Mbabazi and Rosemary Atom. Apparently, I'm sure you've seen them and you know them as the RVCs. Now, they've been a team for over 5 years. Yes, doing amazing things, and something is coming up, and I'll just take the mic round so you can tell people what to look out for in terms of RVC and the great things that they have in store for us in 2019. Vivian, let's start.
So we're Rose, VC and Kathy, and we're having the first premiere dance production, which is an all-female cast crew. From the three of us that you see, to Ann Kansime, to Judith Hard, to Miss Didan, to Malaika, to Rachel K, to Nunu. Basically, we have so many people coming on for this production, and we are going to use this production to highlight women's issues currently trending in the world. Things like domestic violence, but through dance. So it's something that you haven't seen before, and we hope Ugandans come on board and support this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kathy, what has it been for you?
Okay.
What has it been for you? I'm sure dance is a very intriguing way of taking messages across. What has kept you in the game for 4 years?
I think what has kept us in the game is passion, the love to do this. And then all of us are in different ambitious sections of life. So that also brings back inspirations back to all of us, and we both brainstorm and we try to be as innovative and creative as possible. So I think that has kept us relevant even after so many dance companies and groups have come on board, but we are still relevant on the scene.
Right.
Yeah.
And this time around you're doing it differently. Of course, guys, March 5th is the big day to look out for, March 5th, 2019. And this particular production will be taking place. And this is a dance production. Like VC said, it's going to be great things. They say big things are going. See, I'm learning. Big things are going. So just let us in on the details of this particular production. You've said big names are going to take place, are going to come through in this particular production. You are actually... Hey, okay, take it away.
We're a big name. As you see, Rose VC Cafe is a big brand. We're the best female dancers currently in Uganda and East Africa. And Africa, of course. We are featuring other big names. We wanted to bring on strong female personalities to come on board and air out these women's issues. So we're glad that we're working with them. So
we have actually have 15 more dancers. So our dance theatre production is going to be at National Theatre on 5th March. Yes, come through at National Theatre at 7 p.m.
I'm not sure about you being the best. We'll have to look at Bebe Cool's list to see where you rank. But
actually, let me just say one thing. NTV is our home.
Okay.
So basically, if you work at NTV and you don't know that RVC is the best, ask your boss.
Morning at NTV, if you've just joined us. Yes, we're still having that conversation about Ugandan movies. Now, after talking to the lovely ladies on that side, let's switch over to Rita here, who's been having a continuous conversation with Akram, who is all smiles. He's always smiles when he's next to beautiful ladies. And Matthew, who has been on the screen for like ever.
Well, we could say forever, but it doesn't hurt. We like looking at what is coming from that end of things. First of all, Rain was a part of it. We now have the family series going on, and it actually airs on NTV. And now we have Veronica's, which you just saw the trailer, and it talks about quality. Quantity is what we're going to be talking about as well now. The cinemas in Uganda say there's something lacking, but have you heard of Wakaliwood? Yes, a number of people say it and they laugh. But take a look at this trailer, because we're going to be having this conversation about quality. What needs to be in our cinemas? Now, for a number of you, you're watching this and you're just laughing, but that is actually Wakaliwood here in Uganda. These videos make rounds on WhatsApp, on Twitter, and also on Facebook. Now, let's just simply have Matthew answer the question on quality. As a film producer and an actor, where do you rate our quality?
I think what I can say, I can't rate it in general, because I think as filmmakers we have different genres and we target different audiences. The audience that I would attract as Matthew from Nabiso Films is different from what Wakaliwood targets. So Wakaliwood's audience is looking for that kind of quality. My audience is looking for something different. So I would say we have all kinds, but when it comes to, if we're talking about quality of film for cinema, we have what it takes. We, as Nabiso Films, have done a film called Rain, which has won the London Eye International Film Festival Award for Best Women's Rights Films. So you can't win that award if your quality in terms of picture and sound is poor. We've done a series called #Family, which is showing on NTV every Sunday. And it has been already purchased by international distributors. So only these people can only buy that kind of stuff if the quality is right in terms of picture and quality. And yeah, Century, the cinemas also aired Rain. Yeah, so in terms of quality, I think we have what it takes.
Okay, so some actually have what it takes. But from the end of Century Cinema, tell us about the quality and also talk about Veronica's Wish that will be airing this weekend.
Okay, what I can say about the movie, the picture quality of Ugandan movies, it's good. I won't lie to you. Like Matthew says, it depends also on the target market. So, Nawiso Films, Veronica's Wish, those are cinema movies. And for one reason, there is no way we can show a movie that is not quality. Obviously, when you bring us a movie that doesn't look good, we shall probably reject it. So that is one thing actually that we look before even we show a movie. How is the sound? How is the quality? We don't want to be compromised in an average screening, and at the end of it all, we are all affected. Like they will tell us the cinema in Akasha doesn't show good movies, and sometimes it's not our problem. So I would say the Uganda movies we have shown in the cinema are good quality. We have not shown any Hollywood movie in the cinema, maybe in the near future. I like his art actually. In the near future, maybe when he comes, if he brings us the target market for his movies and they are willing to come and sit in the cinema, we shall show it.
So what about this weekend, Veronica's Wish?
Veronica's Wish, the first show is today at 7:30. That's a movie that almost swept all awards in the UFF movies recently, 9 awards. And it really has a good story, and I really hope the audience out there can come and watch this movie. Come and see Ugandan talent. Ugandan actors are really good, the producers are nice, and we are on our way. Why can't we support our own?
Okay, thank you so much, Akram, and thank you so much, Matthew, for joining us. The conversation was all about the movie industry in Uganda. Movies are on, the Ugandan movies are actually in cinemas in Uganda. This weekend, Century Cinema, 8th February, yes, even today at exactly 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Veronica's Wish. This is weekend plot for you, so go ahead. Now I'm going to leave you with a trailer of Rain, an award-winning movie, and the future is bright for the movie industry in Uganda. Mala will be coming up with a business update right after. Keep it morning at N.
And maybe after that, you'll be in position to tell me your name and your story. My name is Dora Nantongo.
Dora Nantongo. Rainbow is much better. Rain could even be much, much better.
As long as you are living in my house, you will stop harboring these thoughts and dreams.
What is it?
You must come through. I want to dance. You want to sing.
Yo. Jamurika wako. DJ sawa kwa muziki nawe.
Dora, you're beautiful. Live a normal life.
Sometimes I just want to sing the whole day.
Get your head out of the clouds.
Rain. Man, your voice sounds like raindrops of gold from the sky, you know?
Guru, I don't belong here in Kawuko, and I never will.
She's a wonderful girl. Maybe she's crazy sometimes, but her heart is in the right place.
I hear it is so easy to become famous in Kampala. Do you know how much money I can make?
We are a Christian family here, and we start every new step with a prayer.
I have a whole room to myself. I have new clothes.
Dora. You have never changed, do you?
My bar has one rule and one rule only. Do not let me find you sleeping with my customers.
Come on, babes. Tonight, we're reaching for the stars.
Talk is cheap, Pops. You know what I want, so make it happen.
What's happening? No, I'll go get her myself right now. No, let me go get her.
Do I smell jealous?
It is you who has no friends in this village to let me tell the truth.
I'm the master here. I need to be sure you taste as good as you sound.
You're watching Morning at NTV.